Good evening, everybody. This is Jimmy from Big Sal's Feeder Farm. If you're not one of the local ones that are familiar with me, I'm sure you've all heard the saying, the good, the bad, and the ugly. By the way, as I do this, I'm feeding some mice real fast. This is one of the, I don't want to say harder, but one of the more difficult rodents to feed. All the rest of them, they get to eat right off the top of their rack, but except for this mouse rack that I built about, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. But anyway, I want to talk to you about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to feeder breeding. Mostly the bad and the ugly. I've had a lot of people, I don't want to say most, because there's only really been a few, but I've had some people. One guy in particular, I remember, he don't have snakes or anything, but he gave me a rooster that he somehow rescued, and he could not, keep it in the city. And I told him a little bit about what I do, and this guy's response to me was, "Man, it must be nice to just sit around and have people bringing you money all day." And I couldn't help but to laugh, especially on a day like today. All right. So today's Saturday, November, I think 27th. I did a reptile show today. I woke up at 3:40 a.m. to get ready. I had to get all the bugs ready for the store and for the show today. I got ready over the last few days. Now this is Thanksgiving week, so it was a little different than usual. Plus I had to make an out-of-town trip. But anyway, I get up at 3:40 a.m. I get everything ready, packed, hit the road, drive 40 minutes, do a show, come back here at 3:45 to our bug building. I have alarms going off because it was too cold in the bug building. So I hurry up, I get in there, I get the heaters fired back up because we have natural gas and propane heaters, and we ran out of propane. So anyway, I had to hurry up and get all that back up and running, get them warmed up again so we don't lose them, because we have probably over 200,000 bugs total in that building. And mind you, that's our income. That's our only income is breeding feeders. So that's a lot at stake. If they get too cold for too long, they're going to die. So anyway, I get the heaters fired back up. My wife runs to go get us more propane. And I come to shut the rat building down for the night so that I can go to bed, because I've been up since 3:40. So there's a couple loose rats in here. I'm going to show you. It's a little messy in here, but that's some of our rats. There's the mice. That's a big rat bin that has overflow when we have it. This is a garage, so it's not the greatest breeding facility, but we feed them good Missouri 6F. Show you down here. That's all rats behind me. Those are all rats inside all them drawers. So every once in a while you get a chew out, you get an escapee. Now we do set traps like I just did now. I had to set a couple of them in here. There's one down there if you could see it. But I come in here, I had a loose rat chew 4 different lines in here, completely flooding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers completely flooded, plus 2 entire racks wet from the water dripping down. This is just some of the rats that we lost tonight. There's probably about 6 more in the garbage can. Now, right now, it's about 8 p.m. I've already got the water running again, filled up all their waters. But the thing is, these are live animals. You can't just forget about them. I can't just go in the house and go to bed and worry about them tomorrow after I get some sleep. So I'm out here working at 8 o'clock. My wife's in the house cooking a late dinner for us, and I probably have another hour to go out here just to make sure that their water's running, and hopefully I can catch whatever rats are loose right now. And another thing, especially being that it's wintertime, like I said, we have natural gas and we use propane. Now, the natural gas well doesn't always work right, so the heater might cut out in the middle of the night. I wake up at midnight. First thing I do is I check the temperature in the building, because we have 3 buildings that we got to keep to temperature. We got the rodents, we got the bugs, and we got the store, which has the reptiles in it. So I have to check the temperature no matter what time of night it is. I might come out here at midnight in a full snowsuit, -10 degrees, just to fire up a heater again. That's the ugly part of this. Yeah, I'm smiling now, but I can assure you I'm not very happy tonight. It's been a long day. It's going to be a late night. And the thing that sparks it for me is we've been really short on rodents recently, like a lot of breeders have been. Besides the roughly 2,000 a month mice and rats and ASF that we produce, we're also going out. I'm personally driving usually about a 3.5 hour round trip to go and buy live and frozen rodents literally every week now because there's not enough live. So it could be anywhere from $800 to $1,200 to $15 at a time of me driving a 3.5 hour round trip to bring them back here to keep breeding them, to sell the frozen that we buy, and just keep the flow going. And then I get a new customer that's been coming here for 2 months yelling at me, oh, I'll just get my rats somewhere else because I can't supply him the 80 rats or the 90 rats or the 50 rats that he needs. I'll just go find somewhere else. Good luck. Breeding any type of animals is not easy. It's a lot of people think, oh yeah, just sit around, they're animals, they do their thing, whatever. There's supply and demand. These are living beings. They need fed, water, they need heat. You gotta consistently make sure they're healthy and eating and doing good. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I say that with a smile because I really do enjoy it, and I enjoy working with people, and I enjoy all the people I've met and the hobby especially. But have you ever noticed there's not many rat breeders around? I mean, if you go to a big city like Columbus, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, there's a lot of small hobby rat breeders and people starting businesses like we've been doing for over 5 years now. But if you notice, most people will drop off within 6 months or a year because the amount of work, the amount of effort, the amount of consistency. So, and that's not just the rats, that's bugs too. That's anything for supply and demand when it comes to a living thing. So I just want to show you a little bit of the ugly side, just so the next time you go to buy rats, and I don't care if you come to me, if you're out in California, if you're down in Columbus, if you're, a couple states away going to buy them from your guy, just remember, it's not always easy. It is supply and demand. Every year, a couple times a year, I'm talking nationwide, probably worldwide, whoever has rats, whoever breeds them, whoever breeds feeders, there's shortages. Shortages happen. Best you can do, feed smaller, feed a little less. Your snake might go on a diet for a month or two, and then back in action. Springtime, there's going to be an overflow. Certain times of the year, you're going to have more than you ever need. But there's always going to be certain times of the year where people are going to be short. They're going to be short on feeders, they're going to be short on rats, they're going to be short on roaches, mealworms, superworms, crickets, whatever it is. And if you know me, or if you follow our page, you already know about the crickets, because we just lost roughly 10 to 12,000 crickets getting shipped in this week. So it's not always what it's cracked up to be, but I just want to show you a little bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly. You see the good when supply is great. You see the good when I give deals, when we do giveaways, when we do our customer appreciation weekend, when we do our shows and we do special giveaways. This is a little bit of the bad, a little bit of the ugly. Just wanted to show you just a little bit. But it's getting a little late. I got to finish up in here, go get some dinner so I can finally get to sleep, because tomorrow I got to wake up and do it all over. Hey, y'all have a good night.